As we prepare and remain vigilant amid the coronavirus pandemic, the GUT Credit Union remains committed to serving you and your family in the safest way possible. We have increased the frequency of cleaning and sanitizing all branches and ATMs throughout the day. In an effort to maintain the protocols of social distancing, we encourage you to use the ATMs to conduct simple transactions. For your protection and convenience, our officers are available to conduct business via telephone if needed. As a member, if you are facing financial challenges as a result of the pandemic, please contact us to discuss the range of flexible options available to you. More information can be obtained by calling 440-1354, emailing gutcu@spiceisle.com, or visiting www.gutcu.com. Together, we can successfully navigate through this time. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN Television News for Thursday, the 26th day of March 2020. In the headlines, Health Minister confirms 6 more cases of the coronavirus in Grenada. Grenadians warned that their stupidity is putting their fellow citizens at risk. Police to strengthen efforts as people disregard emergency regulations. Vendors ordered home. Plus, in the sports news, more international acclaimed sporting events continue to be bumped off the calendar or held without fans. And in around the globe, U.S. charges Venezuelan president with narco-terrorism. Do stay with us. The details in a moment.
This is GBN, the nation's news leader. This segment is brought to you by Quartz Grenada Limited.
Despite the situation we now face, one thing is for certain. We will get through this together. As much as we are a part of your community, you are a part of who we are. Let's take care of each other during this time, as we always do. And soon, we know that with the dawn of that new day, all of this will be over, and our land will once again be healed. In the meantime, stay safe. Know that we're here for you. Quartz, bringing value home.
Good evening, this is News at 7. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. It was midday on Sunday when health officials announced that the state of Grenada had 1 confirmed case of the dreaded coronavirus, COVID-19. At 1 p.m. on Thursday, health officials again returned to deliver the unfortunate news that 6 new cases of COVID-19 were confirmed. All but 1 affiliated to the first COVID-19 patient who returned from the United Kingdom 2 weeks ago. Cherry and Blackman-Stephen has this report.
Grenada confirmed 6 new cases of COVID-19 coronavirus on Thursday, bringing the country's total to 7. Health Minister Nicholas Steele disclosed this information during an emergency press conference at 1:30 p.m.
Today I announced today that Thursday, March 26, 2020, Grenada records 6 other laboratory-confirmed cases of COVID-19. Among the 6 cases are persons who came in some form of contact with our first recorded case that we announced on Sunday. The 6 new cases are in isolation and are being monitored by health officials. The ministry continues with aggressive contact tracing in an effort to ascertain and mitigate further spread of the virus. I also must report that at least 1 of these new cases is imported and was on the same flight within a 6-foot radius of patient 0, our original case. The other cases are from the same household as patient 0.
The confirmed cases of COVID-19 are 1 male and 6 females. Minister Steele said the medical team has been actively following up and engaging in contact tracing and is already moving to isolate and monitor several others who were in close contact with any of these new cases. He said this will continue for the next 14 days at least. He said the persons are all exhibiting mild symptoms at this time. The minister's statement that the isolated family members remain in their home did not sit well with people monitoring the conference via local television and social media. However, COVID-19 response coordinator Dr. George Mitchell said the patients are being monitored.
we are absolutely confident that the case that we first identified has been following the mandate or advice to stay at home, and the others we are sure have been doing the same. The new case that the other case that we just found out is going to be subjected to the same mandatory quarantine as was mentioned before, and the structures are going to ensure that they also be monitored in a very, very effective manner.
Minister Steele said government already reported these 6 new cases to the World Health Organization, the WHO, and the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO. He is reminding Grenadians that if we all do our part, we will be able to win the battle against this deadly disease. In attendance at the press conference were Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Francis Martin and epidemiologist Dr. Sean Charles. Cherian Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Well, it's the first day of the limited state of emergency, which came into effect on Wednesday evening. Reports are that people were still caught beyond the time the curfew was implemented, and many were stranded at the St. George's bus terminus, among other places. Hours before the Ministry of Health announced an additional 6 new cases of COVID-19 on Thursday, GBN again took its camera crew to the streets to see whether Grenadians were actually following the social distancing protocol. In a previous report on Wednesday, people were seen within the towns of Grenville and St. George, as well as Grand Anse, clustering together as normal.
This is now what a normal day looks like in the town of St. George, as the limited state of emergency came into effect on Wednesday evening. The new normal in doing business, from Melville Street onto the Carenage, people walking into town and more private vehicles rather than minibuses paint a picture of what will be the scene for the next 3 weeks. However, despite the regulations that came into effect, many Grenadians are still not taking the personal responsibility to practice social distancing. Essential businesses were required to implement a 6-foot mark in and outside of their premises, and though most entities have done so, it is still business as usual for people lining up outside of those companies. Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Francis Martin again made a clarion call to citizens to protect themselves and engage in social distancing.
I am still getting complaints, I'm still getting reports of crammed buses and people still trying to congregate in certain places. I am going to work together with all the team members to ensure that over the coming days we do what we all need to do as a nation to stop the gatherings and stop persons from becoming too much more than 2 persons within people's personal spaces. So this is a call to everyone that while the cases are still imported cases, we still have a personal responsibility and a national responsibility to stop community transmission.
Citizens are failing to adhere to or have ignored the health ministry and even the Prime Minister's call for a change in our cultural and social practices. Loitering, long, closely knitted lines and clustering together continue to occur, even though a new normal in doing business should be the rule. Reporting on the first day of the limited state of emergency, I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Now, Health Minister Nicholas Steele wants some Grenadians to stop their stupidity. He wants them to know that their stupidity is putting their fellow citizens and others at risk. The minister made the comment today as he announced that 6 new cases of COVID-19 had been uncovered. Minister Steele was annoyed that some people have been violating the regulations under the limited state of emergency announced on Wednesday.
So the activities that put us in risk have to stop.
because they are challenging us and preventing us from controlling this outbreak. And they are putting serious logistical challenges on not just Grenada, but the entire CARICOM community in being able to test and confirm in a timely manner all that's going on. It is safe to assume as a country that those individuals today, after an announcement of a state of emergency or limited state of emergency, that those individuals today that continue their behaviors that are non-compliant are quite likely forcing us in a couple of days to use more test kits. And if we all stop and start following the procedures, we are not going to put that additional stress on the health system.
The health minister announced that the police had started arrests and that at least one person was put in lockup because he violated the rules. Reporters brought to his attention concern expressed by members of the public that rum shops and other lineman spots continued to be a thriving community of idlers.
Clearly, assembling in a rum shop to consume rum there is not part of being compliant with respect to COVID-19, and most definitely is not part of the activities that were listed in the regulations, and therefore is against the law. The shopkeepers themselves, I would like to see those shops stay open because most of those shops sell food to the communities. But if the shopkeeper is going to be irresponsible and allow individuals to stay on the premises and consume alcohol, then the police will have no choice but to take the necessary actions.
One bus operator was charged on Thursday for overloading. This was after the statutory rules and orders were declared. Officers at the traffic department laid the charge against Kelly Fraser of Darbo St. George, a driver on the number 1 bus route, just about 10 this morning after he was stopped in traffic along the Carenage en route to the town of St. George with a busload of passengers in contravention of the 2020 COVID-19 emergency powers regulations. During a news conference today, Acting Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin said they will be strengthening their efforts in addressing this and other issues of stubbornness. Christina John reports.
Statutory Rule Number 13, which deals with public transportation, states, no person shall offer for hire or seek to travel on any motor omnibus unless there is or would be not more than 1 passenger per row in the motor omnibus in a staggered formation. As of today, Thursday, March 26, some drivers have withheld their services. Compared to a regular day, this can be considered an empty bus terminus in the capital. As a result of access to less public transportation, some persons are likely to be stranded and to run into curfew hours. The acting commissioner explained that with proper explanation, some exceptions are likely.
And our officers have been briefed to make sure that they do a proper evaluation of those circumstances and exercise discretion in enforcing that. But certainly there is a timeline in which that will stop. And we believe at the moment a realistic time is about 9 p.m. So we have a more flexible enforcement situationally where the persons can properly account. And we will have a light enforcement to allow persons a chance to be able to get home. But that approach in dealing with curfew will significantly increase from around 9 p.m.
With one busman charged today for overloading, this operator who plies the St. David route is saying it's not profitable to run his bus from Grenville to St. George's with little to no passengers. He too is looking to pull his service.
No money, you go drive a bus from Grenville to town with 5 people. You go all the way in town with 5 people. And then when you reach in the terminal, they write you down and they take out $2 outside. That ain't making sense. We understand, yes, and everybody trying to keep a clean thing in terms of we avoiding the coronavirus from spreading. But on the bus, where you keep your hands clean, we know the coronavirus spread from sneezing and other things, as they say. I don't think that should humbug the system in terms of people coming in bus. No bus running, I'm the only man on the road, I don't think I stay in.
With last evening being the first for the curfew, the police had reported that there was no major challenges. Having done so with minimum resources, he was impressed.
Evening, we were not up to full strength by mobilizing our entire staff, and so the security rollout was partial. But I think the support and response from the community in adhering to the issue of curfew and timings was impressive. Tonight, that will certainly improve to a very significant level, and that will be witnessed by one and all.
Christina John, GBN News.
All right, so with Grenada under a limited state of emergency effective 6 p.m. Wednesday, freedom of movement will be daily for essential services workers from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., while a curfew will be imposed daily from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. Essential workers include officers of the RGPF and Her Majesty's Prisons, the National Insurance Scheme, Customs and Excise Division, Waste Disposal and Sanitation Companies, Airports Authority, Ports Authority, medical and healthcare professionals, public servants in specific divisions, as well as the media. Attorney General Dashan Ramdani, who appeared on GBN's Good Morning Grenada and To The Point programs via Skype, said the limited state of emergency gives the RGPF jurisdiction to intercept anyone who is on the road during curfew hours to verify his or her need for being outside of his or her place of residence.
The police now have a right to stop you without reasonable cause. In the normal circumstances, a police officer will be required to have reasonable cause to stop you. At this point in time, the reasonable cause requirement is suspended by these regulations, so they can stop you and inquire as to where you're going and for what purpose. I'm saying to employers now, so what you need to immediately do is to issue a letter if they have not been given passes that indicate clearly which institution, which agency, which company, which business these people are working for. You give them a letter. So together with the ID and the letter, they will be properly identified and they will make the job of the police easier. And this is the kind of cooperation we expect at this point in time. This is the kind of responsible behavior that we expect at this point in time. This is a very difficult time for all of us. And so we don't need to make the work of law enforcement any more difficult by being boisterous, by being non-responsive, by being rude and discourteous.
We can tell you that a person who contravenes or fails to comply with these regulations shall be guilty of an offense and, on summary conviction, liable to a fine of $1,000 and imprisonment for 12 months.
Regulations itself right now is saying that we need to restrict movements. The regulation is designed, one can't go and start arresting persons because we believe. There have to be a test. So all of us right now may be putting all of us at risk if we start moving about in a reckless manner. The entire point of these regulations is to prevent the risk or to minimize the risk in relation to the spread of the virus. These persons are asked or named essential workers because they perform a function that is necessary for us to have some semblance, for us to carry out life as reasonably near as possible as we could be having, and to have a semblance of a normal society.
On Thursday, the Ministry of Health confirmed 6 new cases, bringing Grenada's total to 7. It is hoped that the limited state of emergency will tolerate as little damage as possible to the country and its citizens. This is News at 7 Live, reporting the day's news still to come from us. Vendors ordered home. We'll tell you about that. Stay with us.
This is your Grenlec, and our story is one of change and development. We strive to ensure that you have the reliable service you depend on every day, at home, at work, and at play. We understand the importance of electricity in propelling our economy and affording our customers an enhanced, convenient, and comfortable life. Our performance indicators show that Grenlec is one of the best utilities in the Caribbean, but our mission is far from accomplished. We now strive to exceed your expectations. This is our Grenlec, and we are proud to serve you.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack, I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Arise, look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Despite the situation we now face, one thing is for certain. We will get through this together. As much as we are a part of your community, you are a part of who we are. Let's take care of each other during this time, as we always do. And soon, we know that with the dawn of that new day, all of this will be over, and our land will once again be healed. In the meantime, stay safe. Know that we're here for you. Courts, bringing value home.
COVID-19 social distance announcement, the Gravelin Concrete and Emulsion Production Corporation informs the public that the offices and plants will be closed from this Thursday, March 26th until further notice. Management regrets any inconvenience this closure may have caused.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV and over 70 channels and 12 in HD. All for $200 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Are you looking for generators to rent? Then call Wagity Generator Rentals. We rent a wide range of generators, 3,000, 6,000, 10,000, also 20,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, and 150,000. We are located in building number 6, Frequente Industrial Park, Grand Anse, St. George. Or give us a call at 444-RENT. That's 444-7368. Wagity Generator Rentals. We are Grenada's standby power people.
So you're looking for doors and windows that look sophisticated and are very secure? Then St. Lou Metals is your one-stop shop. Our windows and doors make sure your home not only looks great, but is more secure. We manufacture shower enclosures, doors, windows for residential and commercial properties using high-grade material and the latest technology. If you want to save money and improve your home's appearance, you have made the right choice by shopping at St. Lou Metals. For a free quotation, visit us today at the Frequente Industrial Park or call us at 439-6538 or 439-6539.
Use clay, it washing cleaner than ever. Oh mama, oi, oh mama, oi. In every household must have it, oi. Highly effective, stain removal, lemon freshness, antibacterial washing powder. Fresh and clean, fresh and clean. When I put on me clothes, me must win. When I wash me clothes, no other detergent could ever wash me clothes like this.
Now buy 3 bottles of Clay's dishwashing liquid for only $8. Available at Best for Less Supermarket, Eat Fresh Supermarket, M&C Jones Supermarket, Hope Pride Supermarket, The Food Fairs, Carenage and Grandance, Roberts Enterprise, Springs Food Mart, and Charlo Supermarket.
Other Clay's products available: hand sanitizer, fabric softener, hand washing liquid, dishwashing liquid, and toilet cleaners. Distributed by Fortune Foods Company Limited, Tempe St. George.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load. With tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. I can't wait. No package too big, no small. I cannot wait to ship with tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787 or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
News at 7. Hello again. Vendors at the St. George's Market Square are outraged as they were asked by police on Thursday to pack up and go home. They are now seeking answers from the relevant authorities as to who will compensate them for the loss of their goods that will soon perish. GBN's Christina John was on hand to listen to their concerns.
Following the implementation of government's emergency regulations to stop the spread of COVID-19, vendors at the St. George's Market say today they were ordered by police to stop selling their goods. The statutory rules put in place include a list of non-essential establishments or businesses that will be allowed to operate. One of the regulations stipulates that wholesale or retail grocery stores and commercial bakers will operate from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. The list of regulations did not specifically name vendors. Now the vendors say they are angry and confused as to where they fall under the regulations. In the meantime, they believe they should be given time to sell out their perishable goods. Dale Lewis says she interpreted what the Prime Minister said to mean she has the right to operate between the hours 5 a.m. to 7 p.m.
And this morning the police tell me I have to move. I sell perishable goods. When I move, what I do with the goods? Who will compensate me for the lost goods I have? And I'm a trader and tomorrow I have goods coming in. What should I do? You understand? I feel it should try to amend the statement and leave room for self-employed people like me vending in the market and are selling perishable goods.
I really trying to get that clear, especially for the vendors who have the perishables and trying to push it out. We want to know exactly what to do because I don't get that clear. I'm being confused right now.
This vendor says she has already invested $900 in potatoes.
My issue is I sell perishable goods. As you could see, I have about bags of potato lying here. So my concern is
Well, what will I do with the potato? The supermarket is open to sell their goods. We have perishable goods. I think that they should give us over the weekend to sell out what we have and then lock down from next week. That is my concern. I have 9 children and I have to take care of my children. That is what I do to make $1. So when the goods spoil, who is going to pay me for it?
While addressing vendors' concerns, Acting Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin indicated that persons should remain mindful of what they are trying to achieve through the implementation of the limited state of emergency and issue of social distancing and not defeat the purpose.
I think it has been taken on board that the issue in how we treat with vendors in whether or not they can or cannot in some way be facilitated in order to be able to apply their trade while not affecting the general intention of this initiative has to be looked at. But in the meantime, and until such time, we need to maintain what is there until we have greater clarity on how to treat with those issues.
Christelina John.
All right, this one to report. A British Airways commercial flight was expected to be the last out of the Maurice Bishop International Airport on Wednesday, after government announced the closure of the airport to passenger travel on Monday. However, GBN has been reliably informed that due to foreign nationals stranded in Grenada, one Canadian flight was allowed to pick up passengers, and an additional request has been made to government to allow at least 2 more flights from Canada to land at the Maurice Bishop International Airport to pick up Canadian nationals. The source said that the promised arrangement is that the flights will be allowed if they come to Grenada empty to pick up passengers only. On Monday, the Airport Authority issued a press release announcing that effective 11:59 p.m. on Monday, the 23rd of March 2020, and until further notice, the Maurice Bishop International Airport and the Lauriston Airport in Carriacou will be closed to all commercial passenger traffic, with the exception of a pre-approved British Airways flight scheduled to arrive in Grenada on Wednesday, the 25th of March. The press release stated that aircraft carrying cargo and pre-approved medical personnel will be allowed to land as necessary. Time for this evening's GBN I Saw, showing the fruits of homeschooling. GBN I Saw comes to you compliments Clear Vision Eye Center.
All subjects are covered while school is out. Our ISAW reporter photo show a young student caught being positive. The photo showed the student with tools in hand and his homeschool agriculture science project in full progress. The photo was featured on today's edition of GBN's homeschool program. You too can send in your photos and video submissions via our social media platforms.
A good eye captures all. GBN I Saw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. We're changing the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Still to come from us, Prime Minister Mitchell meets with political leader of the NDC, Franco Alexis Bernardine, to discuss COVID-19. We'll be back.
The Aedes aegypti mosquito spreads the dengue, chikungunya and Zika viruses. It only needs a small amount of water to breed. Check for stagnant water regularly. Buckets including the rim should be drained and kept dried. Avoid using flower pot plates, but if you do, ensure they're emptied every 2 days. Get rid of water that settles in potted plants. Dish rack trays should be emptied daily. If your pipe leaks, throw away the collected water and rectify the leakage promptly. Mosquitoes also breed around the roots of plants. Change the water, rinse the roots, and scrub the vase to remove mosquito eggs daily. Remember, by destroying mosquito breeding sites, we can prevent dengue, chikungunya, and Zika.
Use clay, it washing cleaner than ever. Oh mama, oi, oh mama, oi. In every household, must have it, oi. Highly effective, stain removal, lemon freshness, antibacterial washing powder. Fresh and clean, fresh and clean. When I put on me clothes, me must win. When I wash me clothes, no other detergent could ever wash me clothes like this.
Now buy 3 bottles of Clay's dishwashing liquid for only $8. Available at Best for Less Supermarket, Eat Fresh Supermarket, MNC Jones Supermarket, Hope Pride Supermarket, The Food Fairs, Carenage and Grandance, Roberts Enterprise, Springs Food Mart, and Charlo's Supermarket.
Other Clay's products available: hand sanitizer, fabric softener, hand washing liquid, dishwashing liquid, and toilet cleaners. Distributed by Fortune Foods Company Limited, Tempe St. George.
The public is hereby advised that the offices of Sun General Insurance, St. George's and Grenville would be closed from March 26th until further notice. Should you require assistance, please contact us at the following numbers. Fixed lines 440-0217 or 438-4138. On mobiles 420-2348, 405-8736, 405-8734 or 405-8732. Payments can be made directly to our bank account at any of the CIBC First Caribbean International Bank outlets. Due to the COVID-19 social distance announcement, the Gravel and Concrete and Emulsion Production Corporation informs the public that the offices and plants will be closed from this Thursday, March 26th until further notice. Management regrets any inconvenience this closure may have caused.
Prescription filled, or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandance, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 350 local anywhere calls and texts. With the always-on prepaid plans, all for $25. Keep your number when you switch to Grenada's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Welcome back to the news. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell this week met with political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Franca Alexis Bernardine, to discuss COVID-19. Here's what we can tell you. During the engagement, Dr. Mitchell shared information about the various committees that have been established by government to deal with the issue, which includes a Health Committee and an Economic Committee. Further, the Prime Minister invited the leader of the NDC to nominate representatives to serve on these committees. In response to the Prime Minister, the political leader of the NDC indicated that she was grateful for the opportunity to engage him and that her party acknowledges the importance of working together with government given the global pandemic. She confirmed that the NDC would recommend nominees for the Health and Economic Committees mandated to deal with the respective aspects of the COVID-19 situation. Farmers' representative in the Senate, Dunstan Campbell, is advising farmers to continue to plant despite COVID-19 fears, but to do so smartly. He is expecting a glut on the market for several months for poultry, agriculture produce and fish, especially the yellowfin tuna. The poultry subsector, according to Senator Campbell, is also facing short-term challenges which are currently being addressed. Jared Joseph has more.
A 3 to 5 month glut on the market is being expected due to the closure of St. George's University, several restaurants and hotels. Senator Dunstan Campbell says this temporary glut will be followed by a scarcity which has to be addressed by the relevant authorities. He adds that a short-term solution must be implemented, however impresses that such a solution is nothing new to agriculture.
What we need to do is to monitor what we have in the field, right? A focusing system. Some years ago, about 3-4 years ago, our marketing board said that they had a focusing system. Well, we need to activate it because I've never seen it really worked, right? But if it is there on paper or whatever, let us get it out now.
Senator Campbell is advocating for an adequate food supply for at least 6 months via local farming. And finally, the implementation of systems for a true reflection of food security.
We have spoken about that for years, it's not new, but we have not implemented it. So every time something like this happened, 9/11, the meltdown, the financial meltdown, and now the virus, it's the same thing. We go over and over this, and then we said, okay, a crisis is an opportunity we should not waste, and this kind of a statement like this, and it sounds good for the time, and we waste it. We waste Ivan, we waste the financial situation, meltdown, and now I hope we would not waste the virus.
The senator highlights that the local poultry industry, which was on a steady climb, is now being hit on all sides.
As we speak now, the president of the Poultry Association is in Barbados trying to negotiate special flights to come to Grenada to take the one-day-old chicks. Now, we thought that in the next 4 weeks' time, we would not have birds locally and we cannot import.
Grenada is currently without a hatchery, thus day-old chicks have to be imported. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
GBN television news on the way. Do stay with us. We'll be back with the weather plus the sports news.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
It's detox time again at Nirvana Natural Health Clinic Detox Center. The festive season is over, so let's start 2020 looking and feeling like a boss with our many body cleansing options. Purchase detox products as low as $50. Purchase detox combo packs as low as $100. Receive 10% off on all in-house colonic irrigation treatment. Take control of your health now. Don't delay. Call us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. We are located in Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. These offers are valid from January to March or while stocks last. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic Detox Center. Detox your way to health.
There is currently no vaccine to prevent coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19. The best way to prevent illness is to avoid being exposed to the virus. However, everyday preventative actions to help prevent the spread of COVID-19 disease include washing your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Always wash hands with soap and water if hands are visibly dirty. Use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a paper napkin, then throw the napkin in the trash. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces using a regular household cleaning spray, a wipe, or paper towel. Eat lots of colored fruits and vegetables to help boost your immune system. This reminder is made available by Grenada Paper Products, manufacturers of Royal, Quick and Easy, and Horizon paper towels and napkins.
It's new, innovative and classy, and a cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
We all want a home that matches our way of life. But it's not just about building or buying a dream home or purchasing land with the most breathtaking view. It's about finding the bank that would make you feel at home. A Home Easy Loan from Republic is your best choice. It's more than a mortgage, it's peace of mind.
Visit any of our 6 branches. Submit your application forms on our website or talk to us on Facebook. Experience peace of mind today. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
All right, time to bring up to speed with the weather for Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight, mostly fair with a low chance of a few brief isolated showers by early Friday morning. Tonight's minimum temperature 23.5 degrees Celsius. Wind east-northeasterly to easterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open water. All right, tides low at midnight, high at 4:30 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 6:08. The weather on Friday, the 27th day of March. Partly cloudy with a medium chance of some light showers by midday. On Saturday, the 28th, mostly fair with a low chance of a few brief morning showers, accompanying partly spells. And on Sunday, the 29th, mostly fair. All right, there you go. Now the sports news with Tony Julien.
Well, sporting fans, we find the Tour de France is considering the option of going ahead without fans. So says France's sports minister anyway, Roxana Maracineau. The race is due to run from the 27th of June to the 19th of July, but is in doubt with most major sporting events off because of the coronavirus pandemic. But Maracineau said one thing in favor of running the race behind closed doors was that it, quote, won't have the same financial impact because the business model of the tour does not depend on ticket sales, live football or rugby, unquote. The 2020 Olympic Games and football's Euro 2020, remember, are among the major events already postponed. Footage of classic cricket matches has been made available for fans who are isolated because of the coronavirus. Video of International Cricket Council or ICC events dating back to the 1975 World Cup will be available to broadcasters. Highlights and tournament recaps will be shown on the ICC's social media channels, and there will be watch parties of iconic games. Videos will be available from men and women's 50 over and 2020 World Cups. So again, women's 50 over and 2020 World Cups, as well as the Champions Trophy and Under-19 World Cups. There'll also be a behind-the-scenes film from the 2019 Men's World Cup, which England won, remember, in a thrilling final at Lord's. Deposed Trinidad and Tobago Football Association TTFA President William Wallace has distanced from any link between himself and former Trinidad and Tobago football top man Jack Warner. Warner, who received a ban from football for life in 2015 and is still facing extradition to the United States on corruption charges, was a known supporter of Wallace ahead of his successful bid to oust former President David John Williams 3 months ago. Speculation has since been rife that an association between Wallace and the former disgraced FIFA official was one of the reasons that World Football governing body disbanded the newly elected TTFA administration. Wallace was quick to insist, however, that he did not have a close relationship with Warner, indicated as much to FIFA. Wallace, who was relieved of his duties by FIFA last week, went on to point out that he had received solid support from a lot of individuals who wanted change during the election and that he could not control who Warner chose to support. Former Olympic and World 100-meter champion Justin Gatlin says that he can win gold at the Tokyo Olympics despite him likely being 30 when the postponed games take place. The Olympics, due to begin in July, were postponed this week because of the, again, coronavirus pandemic. American Gatlin, 38, won gold at Athens 2004 and the world title in London in 2017 after a second doping ban. The games will be staged no later than summer 2021, according to the International Olympic Committee. The latest sport report there for you. Of course, still ahead, we'll have our probe around the globe. Stay with us. As we probe around the globe, we find that U.S. has charged Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and other senior officials in the country with narco-terrorism. It accused them of flooding the U.S. with cocaine and using drugs as a weapon to undermine the health of Americans. The charges were announced by Attorney General William Barr. A $15 million reward is being offered, in fact, for information leading to Mr. Maduro's arrest. The U.S.'s move will further escalate tension between the two nations, of course. Washington has long accused the Venezuela president of leading a corrupt and brutal regime, a charge that he has repeatedly rejected. It backs the opposition leader Juan Guaido, who declared himself interim president last year. In Trinidad, Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith on Thursday ordered the closure of the Aruca police station along the east-west corridor. This after a police officer with a recent travel history developed flu-like symptoms this week. Griffith said that the officer left the country on the 4th of March without the necessary approval and knowledge and went to St. Martin. He returned 3 days later and instead of going into self-quarantine, returned to work the following day. Griffith, who is himself in self-quarantine following a visit to the United Kingdom, said the station has been temporarily closed as a result and sanitization of the premises has begun. He said arrangements have been made for other nearby police stations to provide security for residents in that area. Further afield, the Italian region, hardest hit by the coronavirus, has seen a steep decline in the number of deaths and infections, but worries are still growing that the country's south could become the next hotspot. Recent numbers from the northern region of Lombardy suggested that the epidemic might be slowing at its epicenter, but poorer southern parts are seeing a sharp rise in deaths, raising fears that the health service could be overwhelmed. Italy has reported 8,215 deaths from coronavirus and 80,539 confirmed cases. Our probe around the globe there for you, and when we return, I should say, we'll have a look at the latest stories, a reminder of them, so do stay with us right here on Channel 7 and 11.
All right, thank you very much, Tony. Stay safe. A reminder of the headlines before we leave you. Health Minister Nicholas Steele confirms 6 more cases of coronavirus in Grenada. Grenadians warn that their stupidity is putting their fellow citizens at risk. Police to strengthen efforts as people disregard emergency regulations. Vendors ordered home. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, our GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other stories. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. I want to encourage you to practice, exercise, of course, social responsibility, personal responsibility in a time like this. Do what you can, please. And of course, safeguard your life and the lives of those entrusted in your care. Thank you. Good night.